In this video, we're going to compare Optery versus DeleteMe, two of the most powerful data broker removal services on the market. In light of the recent national public data breach where literally hundreds of Americans had their social security numbers stolen, it has become painfully clear that we are all vulnerable. If you don't believe me, go ahead and Google your own name. You are going to find your name, address, phone number, and other personal information on a bunch of skeezy websites that you did not consent to. Right now, data brokers are buying and selling your personal information like it's a commodity. But don't worry, in this video, we'll look at some services that will help you regain control. We'll talk about things like how quickly it takes to get set up, how much information you can expect them to find, how effectively they will delete it, and what kind of reports you'll be able to receive after the fact. We'll also talk about who wins out in terms of customer service, which will hopefully finally give you a little bit of peace of mind about where your data is exposed. The sign-up process for both Optery and DeleteMe is refreshingly simple. However, there are a few key differences right at the start. First, Optery offers a free plan, which gives you a detailed exposure report showing where your information is vulnerable online, without you having to pay a dime. You put in your name, your phone number, address, and other basic information, and it gives you a detailed report with screenshots of your information on data broker sites. This is a huge advantage and gives you a clear picture of where your information is vulnerable without you having to commit to any sort of subscription. In contrast, DeleteMe requires an upfront payment when you subscribe. Now, after you're signed up, you enter all of your same personal information and also sign a limited power of attorney. This allows DeleteMe to request that your information be pulled down on your behalf. Optery offers this as well, but they have it as optional. While Optery keeps this optional, I would recommend signing it because it helps expedite the services and ultimately boost their efficiency. This could mean the removal of your information from potentially hundreds of additional websites. 45 minutes after signing up, Optery began its first scan, and about an hour after that, I received my first report saying that they had found my information on about 119 different data broker sites. Now, again, the report offers these screenshots which show exactly what information is on each site, which is really helpful to see whether a website has, maybe just my name, or maybe if they have my name, phone number, address, email address. This transparency is super helpful, especially if you want to keep to the free plan and you need to prioritize which data breaches you want to tackle. Now, to make this comparison fair, we had another member of our team, Ian, sign up for DeleteMe. Now, Ian did inform me that it could take up to 7 days for DeleteMe to complete their initial scan. Now, it ended up only taking 2, but still, 2 days versus about an hour is a pretty clear view at who's giving you your information the fastest. Now, in the end, DeleteMe found 27 data broker sites with 251 pieces of Ian's personal identifiable information. Now, that sounds substantial. However, it still doesn't give us as clear a view as we would want in terms of what information is out there. There aren't any screenshots of that information on those sites. It doesn't tell you what or how much they found on each individual site. And especially if you have a common name, you aren't really even able to confirm that they would be pulling down the information of the correct you. Now, that actually would be the plot of a pretty decent cyber thriller, where someone just wakes up and all their information is gone and they're like, you don't exist anymore. Why? Well, because someone used DeleteMe, but they have the same name. And that's the twist. Well, if it's already happened, then I guess whatever, parallel thought. But if it hasn't happened yet, that idea is mine. When it's time to start pulling down your information, Optery and DeleteMe take different approaches. Now, with Optery's free plan, remember you get that detailed exposure report, and from that report, you can submit takedown requests to individual sites. Now, this is all on you, and you have to be the one personally submitting them, and it is a fairly time-consuming and laborious process. However, if you're the type who wants to take control and do things on your own without having to pay for a plan, this is a great way to go. Now, if you're the type of person to use a paid plan like I did, Optery covers a different range of sites based on their pricing. So on their lowest cost paid plan, Optery covers data removal from 80 different sites. On their highest cost plan, that goes up to 570 sites, giving you broad ranging protection without all the hassle. DeleteMe automates the process as well. They claim to have access to over 700 sites. However, many of those require you to submit a manual removal request, which again takes a fair amount of energy and time. This is a huge thing to consider, especially if you're looking for a more clean and automated process. Questions or concerns about your data? Both Optery and DeleteMe offer responsive customer service, but there are a few key differences. Optery offers chat and email-based customer service with response times in roughly 30 minutes based on my experience. They also have detailed guides and FAQs to help you navigate the service independently. DeleteMe provides similar support, but also adds over-the-phone customer service, which can be really helpful if you just prefer to talk to somebody on the phone, or if you have a more detailed issue that's easier to talk through rather than type out. Now, in my experience, their email customer support took about 4 hours to respond to my request, which is still pretty good given the state of everything. And then again, the phone option is there for those of you who prefer the personal touch. Optery's dashboard is clean and well organized, making it easy for you to track your data removal progress. And again, the key standout feature is those screenshots, which give you a very clear visual of what you are dealing with in terms of where your information is. It just helps you to stay informed and feel in control of the process. Now, DeleteMe's dashboard is similarly well designed, but it can get a little bit cluttered when information starts to pour in. And again, the lack of those visual cues can make it a little bit more difficult to see where your progress is at a glance. So, which service is right for you? Well, during our testing, our team found that Optery was the better pick. It offers more transparency through its exposure reports, it has more flexible pricing options, and it covers more websites with its automated removal process depending on which plan you pay for. The free tier is also a standout feature which gives you a bird's eye view of where your data is vulnerable without having you pay up front. And its automated removal process is a very easy way to take back control of your data without having to put a bunch into the process. That said, DeleteMe still has a lot to offer, especially if you prefer over-the-phone customer service or if you're interested in additional features like email and phone masking. Just be prepared to do a little bit more of the legwork yourself if you want to ensure that your data is removed from all potential sources. Now, again, remember, no matter which one you choose, please click those links in the description below. You will get a discount on either of the services and support the channel, and we greatly appreciate it.